Bugs are an inevitable part of any video game.
What the fuck?
Overwatch, for the most part, has been able to stay bug-free. Blizzard has done a great job of responding quickly to reports, but it's impossible to prevent all glitches from slipping through the cracks. This is our list of the top 5 biggest, most game-breaking bugs and exploits in the history of Overwatch. Akshon Esports does not condone the use of any bugs or exploits to give an unfair advantage to an individual. While most examples on this list are no longer possible to replicate, bugs will still continue to exist and abusing them is against Blizzard policy. Consider yourself warned.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna rough it. I'm going lightheaded. Swing tips.
Bro, you can get he's peeking through the wall.
My torture just fell off the map.
Bro.
Number 5. Movement bugs. These are the bugs that give a character the ability to move in a way that was definitely not intended. Some of them are mostly harmless and served as a way for experts to put themselves ahead of the competition. For example, Doomfist has always been able to maintain the momentum of his rocket punch by pressing jump partway through the animation. This has become essential to his kit, increasing his mobility and allowing him to get to where he needs to be. Another example is Mercy's super jump, which allows her to gain a ton of vertical momentum anytime she flies towards an ally with Guardian Angel. While not as essential to her kit as Doomfist's movement glitch, the Mercy super jump makes for some gorgeous outplays and ups her skill ceiling considerably. But there are some movement exploits that the balance team just could not justify leaving in the game. Namely, Brigitte's super jump. This glitch allowed her to maintain her momentum when shield bashing on angled surfaces. This allowed her to fly so high that she could reach the skybox with one ability. While this was patched out before ever making it to the live servers, the idea of Brigitte invading your space from above is truly terrifying. In the same vein, there was a glitch with Genji that made it possible to maintain the momentum from his dash ability when he lined up a perfect wall climb partway through the animation. This was particularly frustrating in 2 situations. First, if Genji was caught out of position, he could quickly escape across literally the entire map. And second, if Genji was returning from spawn and wanted to shorten his runback time from 15 seconds to 1.5 seconds. The glitch is a soft spot for a lot of Genji mains because it did increase the skill cap of the character and made for some great outplays. But at the end of the day, Blizzard decided that ledge boosting was not an intended mechanic and cut it out of Genji's toolkit. Number 4. Wrecking Ball's Piledriver bug. When Wrecking Ball was released, he was not considered a very strong hero. Still, there were players who loved his aesthetic and playstyle, and decided to main the hamster genius despite his drawbacks. However, his play rate may have increased further if the following bug was more widely known. The ability in question is Piledriver, which deals damage when Hammond connects with the ground beneath him. The issue arose when he would slam into uneven or slanted ground. The theory is that the game couldn't recognize when exactly Hammond would connect with the ground, so it would calculate the connection multiple times, and the damage would be dealt multiple times in one instant. So instead of dealing 100 damage, the ability could deal enough damage to one-shot a support, a DPS, or a tank. Number 3. Glitching out of the map. It was a joke for a long time that every patch note came with 1 or 2 notes that said, "Fixed Reaper's Shadow Step from reaching unintended locations," or "Fixed Sombra's Translocator from reaching unintended locations." These 2 abilities were nightmares for Blizzard to deal with, because of the number of self-taught bug testers who would not stop trying to teleport inside of walls or outside of the boundaries. But for a period of time, it was possible to get outside of the map with more than just these 2 characters. In fact, any hero in the game could be played outside of the intended locations using a glitch with D.Va's remech ability. In certain locations, you could be outside of the map while still inside of the area of the spawn zone that would let you switch to any hero that you wanted. Certain applications of this include picking Pharah and flying around beneath the ground while still being able to shoot at enemies, or picking Torbjorn and placing the turret inside of a wall that could not be damaged. Number 2. Infinite Payload Stall. This exploit was around for quite a long time before Blizzard caught onto it. The idea is pretty simple. Teleport into the payload, which cannot be shot through, and contest it indefinitely. You could do the glitch with Tracer by using recall as the cart traveled over the location where you teleported from, and you could also do it with Sombra by simply allowing the cart to roll over your translocator. It was possible, and inevitable, that players would sit patiently inside the cart in overtime until the enemies gave up. The reason this wasn't possible for so long was because it was still early on in the game's life cycle, and it wasn't all that common. Most people figured it was a one-off glitch when it happened, and didn't think to try to replicate it. But the ones that did discover the trick undoubtedly won plenty of games with this annoying exploit. Number 1. Literal game break. This exploit is the definition of game breaking. The basics of it are that on a control map, you could go underneath the opening gateway of the landing ship and spam the wall climb as Genji. Doing this would cause the game server to crash. This glitch was possible on every single control map. Whether it was because the players were sick of playing King of the Hill or just reveled in the idea of wasting 11 other people's time, this was a nightmare on ranked for the short amount of time it was possible. And that's it for our list of the most influential bugs in Overwatch. There are tons that didn't quite make the list, like Mercy rezzing through floors and Doomfist wall punch being buggy. Do you agree with our choices? Let us know in the comments what bugs you think were the worst, and which ones you think should make a return. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. This video was brought to you by Insights, a platform to review and coach from the comfort of your own PC. Simply upload, review, and start strategizing, all in real time. See why the pros are using Insights to organize and review their gameplay. Get your free account today.